everything will be done on the basis of color. Everything, not some things. Every area of activity. You name anything that people are talking about, whether it's the educational system, you're talking about color. If you mention economics, you're talking about color. What people are going to have what jobs? How many, quote, unquote, so-called Latinos, Hispanics, are going to have what jobs? Are going to be allowed to come across the border seeking a, quote, unquote, better life? And that's all on the basis of color. We got, they say, the browning of North America. That's a cliche that's sometimes used. And what that means, what the significance means. And people will say how many white men are going to be allowed to work where, making how much money, and how many white women. And then what are you going to do about the black females who are coming out of college? So it's all about race, whether you're talking about economics, education, entertainment, labor, which we're talking about work. People do go to work and whatnot, so that's connected with economics and all like that. In fact, all of the areas of activity are interconnected. And then you talk about the sexual revolution and the new classifications and whatnot, and men marrying men and all like that. And that's all connected with race, because I say that you have more sexual confusion now on account of the race issue, and that the racists have decided that they're going to maximize the confusion among the sexes so that it will have a adverse effect among the non-white people worldwide. One way you can definitely do that is by what you have. You can have gender obliteration among non-white people, which is what is going on worldwide. That is a key part of their strategy. They can do a lot of damage with that without even touching anything else. Just with that alone. Once you get the sexuality of people confused, you have defeated them. Once people don't know what sex they belong to, or don't care one way or another, and just everything goes, anything goes, mix and match anything, grandmothers, grandchild, whomever, mix and match. Sex is non-existent, because if you say that it exists, you're discriminating. And they are doing this among the dark-skinned people of the world, even though they are using white people to pioneer it, like they always do. That's to get it started, just like they did with the drug thing and all like that. They start off, saying that this is a white thing, and more or less, and even black people were saying that. But then, when the spillover happens, it has the greatest and most devastating effect on the non-white people of the planet. And they have just about successfully pulled that off, because everybody's bought into it. And that is gender obliteration. That's the heading. You can put it under a number of headings, but that's one of them. That's one of them that I made up.
Yeah, they call it.
That's exactly what it is. I say it's gender obliteration. What they're really saying is gender does not matter.